Great day, everyone. Today, on our show, what we're going to talk about is how wasteful we are. Far as clothes, in our local markets. We just going to cover it all the way across the board. Okay, so come and join us today, because this is Every Woman.
Queens over here, and make no mistake in big things over here. Goddess in the flesh, you can tell by the smell of it. Every time I step in the room, it's an elephant. Woman.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Every Woman. It's your girl, Lovely. I got my two beautiful co-hosts here with me today. How y'all feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good and fabulous.
I'm good today.
It's a nice day outside.
Yesterday was a little rough, but today I'm better.
Hey, the sun was shining,
It
okay?
was.
Mm-hmm.
I think that played a part.
Yeah, it changes everybody's
It
attitude when the
does.
weather is beautiful
Yeah.
outdoors.
All I need to do is smell some barbecue cooking.
Oh, Lord.
Is it warm enough for that yet?
Yes,
You
it was
eating-
in the
are you
wintertime. It's
eating
warm
barbecue
enough.
now?
In the winter?
Yeah,
Well,
you
this
open
is
the
true.
door and put the grill right there and just.
You eating barbecue now?
I just like the smell of it. I'm not messing with no pork.
I had to ask. I don't know. You had to ask.
Okay. Well, I want y'all to tell me how you feel about wasting time. Like what you make time for versus what takes your time. What takes your time? What you giving your time?
Arguing with people, grandma on the internet.
Ooh.
Who?
Try
Who
that
is
granddaddy
arguing
in
with
Do
person.
that no more.
You don't do it anymore.
Nope.
You did that.
Yeah. It happened. You know, it's just like sometimes you got to figure out like what to pull yourself away from,
Yeah.
like the little internet pettiness and the,
Mhm.
the bickering and the back and forth and the sneak dissing. Like I was, that's time consuming. Very,
So would you consider that wasting your time?
very, yeah.
Mm.
That real bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
With you.
I think arguing, period, is a waste of time because why are we arguing?
Now, is it a difference for y'all between arguing and having a debate?
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is because you're kind of just discussing something that you maybe have different opinions on.
Yeah.
But an argument, you like, you know.
Is that how you are when you are in a... You start shaking like one of those babies?
No, I do. Like when I get really, really, really mad,
Growl.
I do shake.
She said, do you growl?
No, I don't.
No,
growl.
no.
I know.
Well,
No,
leave that
I
to
don't.
me,
No.
folks.
Nah, come on now.
Because I had to know because you went.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's kind of
Yeah.
you. That's a blow up. That's
I
my
feel
blow
you.
up sound. Yeah. But for me, I make time for things and people that are important to me. So, like, my girlfriend, her birthday was on Friday, right? So, but I had an event to set up. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make your little birthday gathering, but I got done with my event in time with the setup and was still able to go spend a little time with her and then go do my breakdown and all that. So I do try to do that. And then I think what wastes my time? Just anything where I'm not being productive. But sometimes that's not a bad thing
I was
because
about to say that.
resting
It's very important.
is very important. And some people may look at it as it's wasting time. But
Doing
for
nothing
me,
helps.
it does
sometimes.
help.
That is
Yeah.
a level
Yeah.
of self-care that is unmatched.
It is.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
I know for myself, I could say I make time for and wasting time. But the things that I thought were important, I wasted a lot of time on when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Association with people.
Ooh-wee.
I wasted a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
dealing with people who should not have been in my presence or my energy, but I'm a bigger person now. And I know exactly what to allot my time for.
Mm-hmm.
And I take more time for self. Because I can't be productive for anybody else if I don't take
That's
care of me
right.
first.
That's
right.
true. That's
Okay.
true. Yeah.
That's right.
I have to make time for my family. and I'm happy I got to do that. I had a real busy weekend, and I made time. I had family that was in town. I got an auntie whose birthday, and I was happy to see my family. Like I spent that time with them, and
Yeah,
it was
that's
other things.
important.
Yeah, because like somebody could be here today and gone tomorrow, so it's like that presence, that joy, and them laughs. And then I had a new little cousin that I had I ain't seen her since she was smaller, and they were here from Virginia, and it was just good to see them. So I hugged them. I was like, I missed you. So you make time for the things you love.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
Now-
the saying.
Yeah.
You make time for the things you love.
Y'all,
And then people get mad at it
when you don't make
feel
the
like,
time.
Yeah. They like, oh, you ain't make time for me. Well, maybe
You wouldn't make time for me.
Hey, I'm not gonna even touch that. We're not gonna touch it. But then on a ratchet note, so tell me, how y'all feel about bashing y'all mate publicly?
Well, I feel like that's a waste of time too. However, it's dumb to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you gonna do that?
Publicly being in front of people that you don't know, or what about people that you do know?
That's supposed to happen behind closed doors. Like, I guess there's a saying that we supposed to be a unit while we together. Now, what we do behind the scene, if we at odds, we cannot speak per se. Like we can, but we not about to be arguing and all that in front of. No, we're not gonna do that.
I feel like sometimes things are worse when you like put on a show and it's the audience.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
next.
things are definitely worse with an audience. Like, so let's say, the times that we in, people get into it with they mate or whatever, and then they go straight to social media and be like, yeah, this B ain't S. Or, you know what I'm saying, my baby daddy did this and he did that. By the way, he sell drugs. The police come get him. Like, they end up just throwing the person under the bus, bashing them. But then the thing is, you have this huge audience with all of their opinions. And of course, they're team you more than likely because they own your friends list.
Right.
So you done got online, you done dragged your bae, and the friends then came in and chimed in, yeah, lead them, they ain't nothing, blah, blah, blah. So giving all their opinions and everything, and then y'all get back together.
Yeah.
Then y'all get back together. So just like, then you come up to the point of saying like, okay, like if it was me in that situation, like thank goodness I ain't never really went through nothing like that. Kind of, but it's a situation like you get back together and you like, oh no, I seen what your homeboy said. That chick right there, she gone. Like you got to delete her off Facebook, all social media. Y'all not even friends in real life now. Because I look at them like you the ops now. It's like ain't no coming over our house. Like, and that's why I stay out of people's business. Like,
You have to.
Well, I'm not personally. I'm not going to bash my mate publicly because I feel like it opens the door for other people who don't know them to disrespect them. And then that puts us in an argument and at odds when we are out in public and we're dealing with different individuals. Now I have to defend you, defending what I said about you to Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Because I was mad at him, but I could be mad at him. You can't say nothing about it.
Don't you say nothing to my baby.
Yeah.
Period. Period.
They like, well, you said it, so I can't. Yeah, no.
Well, I can say whatever I want to say. You mind your business.
Yeah.
So
But you put it out there so it's everybody else's business.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how they feel. That's how they feel.
You know, I've learned multiple lessons talking to relatives too about my relationships. Because once I take because you go through the phase where you are together and then you break up and then you get back together. We all have done this when we were younger, right? So now your friends don't like them, your mama don't like them, your daddy being
definitely don't
the
like
daughter
him.
definitely don't like them. So honestly, can you really bring them back into your circle and with your people?
And that's difficult.
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the family member, and I say that because sometimes you do have that one person that you can talk to who is neutral. They're not gonna take anybody's side. They like, okay, well,
it's hard to find a neutral person.
You was wrong and he was wrong, so I'm gonna need y'all to X, Y, and Z, or you need to do X, Y, and Z, and they need to do X, Y, and Z for y'all to get back on track.
Well, that's why you should go out when you're seeking counsel. Put it that way. When you're seeking counsel, you should talk to somebody who has walked the walk, who has experienced whatever it is that you're going through. not someone who wouldn't understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in a way, okay, so I feel like I'm one of those neutral people. I have friends that come and tell me about their mates, family members come tell me about their mates, and I do not judge them. And I really don't care if they, like, okay, you ever had a friend that was in a bad relationship, you're like, you need to leave him. Like, I will say that, but I don't make the decisions for anybody, and nobody's going to get tired of anybody until they're tired. And I'm not going to sit there and be angry
Facts.
for you.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I'm very, very neutral when it comes to stuff like that. But a neutral person is extremely hard to find because you could be a neutral person to someone and they won't be a neutral person to you, because
Yeah.
I've definitely
Yeah.
experienced that before.
So let me ask this question real quick. Are you guys the friend that if your friend is, like, say they're going through something with their mates, right?
Mhm.
But you're friends with both of the people.
Okay.
But you might be more friends with the wife versus the husband, or or vice versa.
Mhm.
Ooh, this
Are
is
you
good.
the person that, like, if you guys are out and you see you're out, say you're out with the wife and you see the other party, would you speak to them, knowing how they feel,
Yes.
like the other person feels, because, or would you just not say
Oh,
anything?
so wait, just to clarify, is the situation they done separated or something like that?
Yes.
And I'm gonna still speak. I ain't funny lacking
Exactly.
like that. No.
No.
Hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I was scared you was about to ask?
Oh Lord, I'm scared of what you about to say.
I thought you was gonna say you saw your mate out there cheating with somebody. I'm like, I ain't saying nothing.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
like this. Like,
Oh, no.
I mean, that's another thing.
I'm not
too.
saying nothing.
I am going to let my presence be known. I am
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
gonna
You
come
gonna give
to
him the
your
death
face.
stare?
No,
No.
I'm gonna. Hey, how you doing?
Yep.
You all right today? All right. I see you later. You know what we talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Oh
Okay.
man.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
that
that-
person
I'm
too.
that
I'm
person.
gonna definitely say, hey.
No, I'm gonna act like I didn't see it. I'm gonna be like,
I'm
oh my
not-
God,
no.
it's so
Oh, no, you gonna
awkward.
see
you
me.
saw me.
I don't want it.
Hello?
You
I
saw
don't
me.
want it. I'm gonna run the
You saw
opposite
me.
way. You're like, did you see him? Barely.
And on these levels of juiciness, let's segue into some juicy celebrity gossip. What you got over here, girl?
Ooh, yes, we do got the juice. So, speaking of, we was talking about dragging on the internet, Tyrese and his new boo. They was just on live, and they've been looking all cute and stuff, dates and stuff like that. But they was on live together, and someone got on live and had asked Tyrese how did him and his girl meet, and her name is Zelly Timothy. She's a model and an influencer.
Okay.
And they asked how did they meet, and he like, what I'm saying, I done slid in her DM and stuff like that. So she got to talking, doing her thing, but sometimes we talk a little too much. Because she was like, well, at first she really wasn't my type, but she got to know him and stuff. And she like, because Paul Walker was really my type at first. And I'm like,
He wasn't my type at all. My type was actually Paul Walker, rest in peace. But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
on live.
No.
On
Mom
live.
dead though.
Yes, and Tyrese's homeboy. So it's okay to say, like, okay, yeah, you wasn't my type at first, but not only, I get that, but then you say, oh, I really was interested in your deceased homeboy more than you. And then add insult to injury, she went on to say, like, well, you were old and, I'm a
Bye, Felicia.
Do you understand? Ladies, this right here is what you don't do. Everything
do
that's
it.
coming out of this one's mouth, don't do it.
Don't do
Please
it.
don't do it.
Don't do
Because
it.
it's gonna get you yeeted right up out my house. You say
Bye,
something like
Felicia.
that to me, shoot out
And
the
he was
window.
shocked.
What is that? Uncle Phil your ass right up out that window.
Deuces.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
it's
wrong
no
on so many
recovery for that. And
levels.
she kept talking, and he like, don't touch me, and she's trying to cover his mouth and stuff, and like it was really bad. Like I don't know how she's gonna recover from that. Like
Maybe she was drinking.
So you know what
I
they say
feel
about
like-
the drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts. So
I feel like when he was making the comments, she kind of probably felt like he was joking a little bit, but she couldn't see his face, so she don't really know what that tone was, because she still stood there. He didn't like push her off.
what he did, he was like,
tried.
don't touch me.
But
Okay.
then she came back. You know what I'm
Tyrese
saying?
got a big face, and like you know how you be on.
Girl, don't even try
Not
that.
like
Don't
that.
even do that man like that. Don't do that man like that.
But I'm just saying, when you online and stuff, you looking at yourself, you see yourself. Like, unless she almost barely or she's legally blind or something, like, how could she not see, like, that her man's face dropped? Like, he was all happy and smiling, just like.
How can you not feel
Just
the energy
bad.
if you're connected to that person?
Exactly. That's
Tell me
another one.
that.
True.
Well, maybe they not connected.
Well, we gonna
Wow.
follow up on them. I'm gonna keep on looking out and seeing what's going on with them. We got some other news. It's not as juicy, but ooh-wee. Jonathan Majors has been in the headlines, but this one is not a great reason for him to be in the headlines. He was recently arrested by NYPD for a domestic violence call to 911. It's not anything that's proven. It is a alleged case. But the downfall, like his lawyer did make a statement, and he said that there's statements and information, documents, and proof that'll be coming out showing that Jonathan Major was a victim in this situation instead.
Wow.
You know, so the case is definitely pending. But he had a commercial that was pulled out from him that was connected with the Army, or and don't quote me on that. I think it was the Army, but it was a commercial that was pulled out, and the reason that they pulled out is saying it's just too much. And, you know, they're not saying that they think Jonathan Majors did it, but they would prefer for the case to be resolved and closed before anything else proceeds. Yeah, because it's like, unfortunately, it's like when you're in a certain spot like that, you have these endorsements, you have these commercials, and these people don't want to be attached to something like that. So until your name is clear, it's you know, unfortunate, but they'll snatch it away from you. So, you know, hopefully whatever the situation was, they work it out, and I guess we'll be following up on that.
Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
Now you playing with your money.
You play with my money.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
my
play with
money
my pocket.
rolled it in folded.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now we got a lightweight fun fact. Remember Sesame Street, Oscar the Grouch?
Okay.
Yeah, so what we're like, okay, so fun fact about Oscar the Grouch. He derived from an angry taxi driver, who the voice of it. And then another part of his character came out from a restaurant worker who was very, very mean. And it was called Oscar Salt of the Sea. And originally Oscar the Grouch was an orange color, but then when another season came out, Oscar came out green. And Oscar ended up turning green from being on an island where there was mold and sludge that got stuck in his fur. So that's the story between
Where is
Oscar the
this
Grouch.
whole story?
And that's how he turned green.
Well, how about that?
Stuff that you learn. Huh?
Okay, so backstory to Oscar the Grouch
Oscar.
in the garbage can.
Yes.
Okay.
Next on True Hollywood Story.
Right.
On the Every Woman Show.
Well, with that being said, when we're talking about trash and garbage and being wasteful, right? So how wasteful are we as a nation? So according to dumpster.com, the U.S. produces 268 million tons of waste. 140 of that going to landfills. Now tell me, what y'all think about that? What are landfills for?
They are they are the oldest and the most common form of waste disposal, in case y'all didn't know that.
Okay.
And most of their money is made via tipping fees.
The landfill.
To stank up the
Tipping
ozone.
fees. So as the trucks come and bring to dump,
They get tipped.
they charge the trucks to come and dump their waste into the landfill. So it went from, like, I believe, and I didn't write the fact down, it was roughly, like, in the 80s, it was roughly like $8 a ton.
Oh, wow.
It is, in 2020, the average tipping fee was $53.72 a ton. And so that's roughly, for a small landfill, about $1.4 million a year that they would make. And for a large landfill, it's about $43.5 million a year that they will make on garbage.
This where is all this money going that they are collecting? That's
That's on garbage.
Alone.
on garbage.
I mean,
That's on
like
gold.
that's like that it's just, and to your point, you said how we are in the top 5
Mm-hmm.
of the countries who are the most wasteful.
So who's number 1?
Canada.
How?
I am shocked.
What?
Canada
What?
is yep. Canada. Let me see. I wrote it down. Canada.
Come on with these
is
facts. Come on with these
the
facts.
Number 1
Mm-hmm.
with 1.3 billion metric tons of waste per year.
Wow.
Population. They have a population of 36.7 million people.
Wow.
And they do about 1.3 billion.
I'm wondering if that's the reason why, because I recently heard this week that New York was banning the detergent. And it was based on the containers. The containers itself, with the material that the containers are made of, are ending up in the sea and they're toxic. So I wonder.
Plastic is
Wait,
toxic,
what?
period, all the way across the board.
Yeah, it is plastic. I
Yeah,
mean, it is
but they're
toxic.
saying it's so toxic that it's even making the detergent lightweight toxic. Now, this was a video that I seen, so I'm not sure if is it the FDA or the CDC? One of them
I want to
alphabets.
say the
You know,
FDA.
yeah, it's the FDA. So like, it's to the point where it's affecting the detergent that we're washing our clothes with and putting on our body. So I'm just wondering, like, with even all of that, like, I think that was Jersey. They banned bags.
The
Like,
plastic bags.
yeah, you weren't.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering if things like that would go like nationwide due to the amount of trash and the.
Could be. I know detergent like a long time ago. I remember my parents used to buy it in the cardboard box, like the big
Mm-hmm.
thing. So maybe they'll go back to that.
And
As
everybody
they
had them
should.
ashy lines
Yeah.
on their clothes when they stuffed the washing machine too much.
Ashy lines on your clothes from the
Right.
powdered
From the
detergent.
powder,
Yes.
because it's just so. Just to clear up the other, Canada was number 1.
Mhm.
Bulgaria, the U.S. falls in number 3.
Okay.
Estonia, which is part of Europe, I've never heard of this place before. They're number 4.
I just think of a story of the bakery shop.
Yeah,
Oh,
And then-
man, deliciousness. I'm sorry, go ahead. Food, it just
y'all thinking about food,
all the
Lord.
time.
And then Finland tops out number
Number
5.
five.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And they say, per the World Bank, that waste is estimated to increase by 70% by the year 2050 from 2.01 billion to 3.4 billion.
We're going to end up having more garbage than people. That's
I
crazy.
believe it
It's
probably
crazy.
is more
Garbage
garbage
than
than
people.
people
It's
at this
just-
point.
Trash.
It's just, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
I feel like during the pandemic, I realized how much trash. I felt like I was taking out the trash every day.
Every day, because
I'm like,
everybody's
who
you
are
spent
yeah.
you spent a lot of time in the house, so it was a lot of
You
trash to
did.
throw away. All we
This
did
is
was
true.
sit around and eat.
Yeah, I
You
got rid of
did.
that.
Garbage cans got full real fast.
Yes.
Yeah, so considering the amount of waste that we have going on and everything that we saw, do you think that's a contributing factor to obesity here in the U.S.?
Well, I'm not going to say that waste per se contributes to obesity, but
Because I don't eat the cartons.
I
Why?
would hope not.
Why? Are you
I
a
would-
nanny goat
I
at this
would-
point? Is this what
I
we're
would hope
doing?
that you wouldn't eat the carton. Lord have
It's not
mercy.
vegan.
I don't. It,
So if it was vegan, would you eat it?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, with her today.
Can we?
Yeah, I don't
Go
like.
back
I
to-
don't know. I mean, because we're going to consume so much food, right? As people, we're going to consume. So obesity is high, right? I mean, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of us gained weight during COVID. I know I did.
I blame
but-
I
wine.
mean, if you're talking consumption and obesity, I think it's more so along the lines of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sugar. That sugar produces the chemical dopamine, which is the same effects that you can get from doing heroin. So put those two
Oh,
together.
Lord.
If I had to choose, I'm gonna choose sugar though. Just so we clear.
Well, you know it said it looked like booger sugar.
But you know what I think too? a lot of people were bored and they started cooking, and I like to watch cooking
Well, you
videos.
had
I'm
to
like, I
cook.
want to try that too. Let's make a souffle. Like, so
You go to a restaurant, so we had no choice but to cook, right?
Yeah.
But I
So-
wanted to cook the
Yeah.
fancy stuff.
Did you
Like-
learn? Did you cook some good stuff?
Yes, I
Okay.
ate really good. Okay,
Okay.
stuffed salmons.
So
I'm a vegan then.
and then maybe because all of that trash you put in, after you
Yeah.
cooking, that's a whole lot of trash going back into the
Everybody
environment because
Yeah.
everybody is cooking and
I mean,
then
outside of
are you doing leftovers? Like how long was you eating or how much food were you
man, now
cooking?
you know a pot of spaghetti back in the day lasts
7 days.
you
It did.
a week. Okay.
I still eat the spaghetti till it's gone, y'all. Like I'm big on not wasting food. Like I
Which
will
is
eat those
good.
I'll make a
leftovers till
spaghetti
they are
sandwich.
gone.
You know, when
Ooh,
you
they so
butter the
good.
bread, put the spaghetti in the middle, you fold it up and bite it, baby. Tell me.
That's good eating.
That is good eating.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
never done that. I'm sorry. I'm not a bread. I don't like bread like that.
Oh,
At least not regular bread. I don't
spaghetti
like
and
bread
Ritz
like that.
crackers is pretty good too.
I have had a cracker too with
I've
my
had that.
spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
But give me a piece of garlic bread and I'll be all right.
Ooh, yes.
But
Well-
yeah.
Yeah, I'm big on that. I'll eat. You know how some people kind of say like, I'm tired of eating that, and I get that.
Yeah.
But it's okay. 2 more days, it's almost gone. Like I don't like wasted food. I feel like waste not, want not.
Or even if you
Yeah.
take it like after so long and you're like, okay, I
Freeze
don't want
it.
to eat this no more. Yeah, you can freeze it. A lot of
Okay.
people will do that too. But then some people just
But
put
how
it
many
down the
people
drain and
actually
that's-
do that?
I don't freeze it.
Well,
'cause I eat it.
now, if you from the old school days, your grandparents may have taught you that.
Baby, you get that
Some-
Ziploc bag.
Yeah. My
supposed
mama
to
would
date
still
it.
do it today.
Yes,
And
definitely.
she'll pull something out that might have been in there. I'll be like, you want to eat that? Okay. It might have been in there a minute. And I know I seen her put it in there. And I
got freezer burn on it, so. So, y'all, I got a friend I went to college with, and she never ate leftovers before. And I'm like, what the hell? Like,
You
she
mean never?
never ate leftovers. But I know why they ain't eat leftovers, though, because I went over their house one break, and the little amount of food that her mama cooked, I said, y'all was scrapping for more. Like, but still, like,
Really?
she thought I was gross the way I ate leftovers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so I don't mean to cut
my-
you off. What
no,
were you
I'm
gonna
sorry,
say?
no. So my ex, when I was married, didn't eat leftovers. So I would have to cook every day
What?
because he wouldn't eat leftovers.
And on that note,
So
I'm gonna
I'm
segue
like, yeah,
into
I feel you on that.
So let's segue into this question. So if that's the case, when you said your friend doesn't eat leftovers and you would have to cook every day because somebody wasn't going to eat leftovers, do you find that there are some people who don't want to accept a donation or receive anything charitable in the aspect of when it comes to food or clothing? Because we're in a recession.
Yeah, now we are.
So what do you call that if someone wouldn't want to take
Pride.
Yeah.
ego?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a pride
Because
and
you
ego
feel like
thing.
you're too good to accept something from somebody else or even just a hand-me-down or
And because I agree with you. Some people do think that they too good, but sometimes they just feel ashamed and they still don't accept either.
Now, I personally
thing.
know of people who will sit up and shame people. Oh, I'm not taking a hand-me-down. Oh, I don't want your leftover anything. But on the back end, will come to somebody in private and say, hey, I seen you got a little bit of so-and-so. Why don't you slide me some over here?
yeah.
You
That's
have
fake.
that. Thank you. Why are you worried about what somebody else is going to say about you receiving food for that matter? I mean, clothes, maybe, but food?
Clothes too. Because I
'Cause
mean,
if
if
it's
you,
cute, baby,
you
I'ma
just
wear
need
it.
it,
Hello?
yeah. If you just need it,
I just
why?
ain't-
Yeah.
I
don't feel
can't
like you
take
should
hand me
be
down
ashamed.
draws though. Like
Well,
that's-
no. That's going
Unless I'm in
Now-
a situation where I absolutely financially need to do that.
Yeah, I'm not
but
gonna do that.
What you
Even-
say, your
First
cool
of-
nudie, my cool nudie ain't going with somebody else cool nudie, baby.
And on top of that, if no one knows, the cool nudie, the pH balance will definitely change the color and the crotch of your underwear. So I don't want hand-me-down drawers. Okay? No, thank you. It's not happening.
Yeah, no.
But some people don't. You might get that residue from the little skeet mark between
What?
boobs.
Wait.
I'm-
Whoa.
Left
What?
field.
What happened?
No,
What
no
happened?
But
hand-me-down
I
drawers.
get
That's
it though.
all I'm
I
saying.
get it. Like I remember being in college and one of my friends was like, well, one of my friends, she was just like, "You got an extra swimming suit," and I'm like, no, that's
Yeah,
not
we're
fair.
not doing that either.
I feel weird about that. Like when I go to thrift stores and stuff like that, I feel weird personally if I see the underwear or the bathing suits.
Yeah,
Because when you
some
buy them new, they
people-
had that little thing in the middle where you rip it
Yeah.
off. I don't know if y'all know that.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, I
either.
used to work at Amazon, and we had to. I worked at the return, like we did returns,
Mhm.
so we would have to. Like that was, we could you that went to the garbage because you couldn't.
Do nothing with that.
Yeah, you can't. If it had even if like I would take something, and even if it was kind of wrinkly,
You gotta
I would
toss
just be
it.
like, yeah, no, because
That's pretty
I
wasteful.
don't
though.
know.
We I about to
It
say
is
we gonna
it
hold
is.
on for that. We gonna wait
It
hold
is
on for that
wasteful,
one.
and now that I think about it, it is wasteful. But when you say, you know what I'm saying, because we had a list of rules that we had to follow, and if it was out all the way, then no. But like to me, if it looked like it was wrinkled, and maybe somebody might have tried it on and then tried to put it back in there, because you gonna want to put that. Because they're reselling these items, they're putting them back into.
That's why you wash your
production.
stuff before you wear it too. And I think that's important.
Yeah.
Okay, you will not 5-finger friendly my underwear and think that I'm not gonna wash them first.
Yeah, I definitely got.
We're not gonna do that.
first.
You
Even
have
new
to wash
ones.
them first.
Yeah. New ones.
Please,
Yeah.
can you look at them and tell them, please wash your
Wash the new
underwear
ones.
when you buy them new.
the
Somebody was
store.
in there picking through it before you.
She was eating buffalo wings in there before she went to Victoria's
She was
Secrets,
picking up
okay?
her nose.
And
She
then
was digging in
picked
her
up
nose.
your drawers,
Oh,
and now you got
Lord.
buffalo sauce in your cootie nudie area.
And now you got a yeast infection.
Mm.
And on that note, we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
Hey, has this been your podcast studio experience? Has the location been less than favorable?
No, I can't do this.
Come to Every Media, where quality matters, located in Royal Oak, Michigan. Visit every.media.
Welcome back to the Every
That's
Woman Show.
EVRY.media.
And welcome back, everybody. So I have a question. What y'all know about that movie Ratatouille?
I like that movie. I liked it. Did you see it?
I like it.
Vaguely remember it, but I know
Like
it
the
was
little
about
rat?
a rat in
Yeah.
the restaurant, and
He was in there
He was
cooking the
yeah.
food, whipping
Yeah.
that work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty nasty.
But he was getting them recipes in.
Getting it
Helping the
together.
guy. Yeah. I liked it. It was a cute little cartoon.
So what do y'all think about, go off of Ratatouille, what do y'all think about restaurants wasting food and throwing it out? Because I can recall back in the day that there were particular bakeries where they would bake bread and pastries and they would give it away to the homeless or
That's
the less
smart.
fortunate, right?
Yeah.
Or even sometimes the homes and everything like that. So what do y'all think they're doing now?
Shoot, I would love if Panera Bread gave me some food. Like,
Well, they do give Panera Bread still does donate, but I think they donate to like local charities. I think you have to be a nonprofit because I've actually seen people walk into Panera like when they're closing and pick up the bread and stuff from that day.
okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, they do that as well. But here's some facts that you probably did not know. That restaurants toss 94% of their excess food, and they only donate 2%.
What? That's crazy.
Do you have a particular list of restaurants, or this is just an overall?
No, that's just an overall per the
Ooh, I
Food
wonder if
Waste
Red Lobster
Reduction
do that.
Alliance. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's.
Stop it.
I mean, that's what they do. And then there was this guy. His name was Matt Joswiak. I might have butchered that. But he started this business called. I wrote it down and I apologize that I don't remember what it is. But he started the Rethink is what it's called. And he convinced restaurants to donate food to his business. And what he'll do is he'll repurpose the food and make it into meals for families
Okay.
that are in need.
That's
and what he'll
beautiful.
do is they'll go in refrigerated trucks and pick the stuff up. He works with the food, somebody in the food industry to make sure that they're following all of the guidelines and everything. But he had to actually like get them to buy
Rethink it.
into it. Yeah, because they told him at first when he approached them, they told him it was illegal. And then he talked to a lawyer and he was like, no, that's a lie.
Well, they probably said it was illegal because when it comes to like restaurants and things like that, like there's certain protocols you do have to go with temperature of food, the shelf life, and things like that to not have a legal issue because there are some foodborne illnesses that will populate and occur with things like that just from the simple temperature being off on a French fry, so there are regulations like that, but I'm assuming that's probably why they throw so much away. But it's one thing to sell it to someone and they get sick versus you just saying like, hey, well, take this right here and eat it at your own risk. Like,
I think like you said, part of it does have to do with like the FDA.
At the
FDA.
Y'all, they over there laughing.
Yeah, the FDA and all of those regulations that they have to follow. I do think part of it has to do with that. But at the same time, it's so many homeless, people out here. Like, why not, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the night, instead of, donate it to a shelter or somewhere that they could, or even just, the people, like, if y'all gonna throw it away anyway, why not just, go around, have somebody just go around and give it? Because they can write it off, right? You can write it off.
I mean, but wouldn't it make sense at the end of the day just to delegate somebody to go around to particular people and just drop food off to those who are outside? I mean, instead of throwing it away.
Like, right.
Yeah, that's crazy to throw all that food away. Like, especially, imagine, like, big old juicy porterhouse. Like, you go throw that away.
From Red Lobster to porterhouse.
I'm hungry, y'all.
Somebody was in the back eating all the cookies, and we could have gave the baby one.
Mm-hmm.
It's clarification purposes, not a baby in there though.
We just talked about. Oh, right.
Okay, so
y'all on one today.
My mama be watching this. She gonna say, "You got something you want to tell me?" No.
I think we.
So, how about this? Why do you think that most brands are more hell-bent on discarding instead of donating?
So, what I learned today from our guest today,
Okay.
from our guest is that they don't want people just getting their stuff, like the top brands and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Gucci, they're not going to just donate it because they just don't. I guess it's a brand thing. I don't know.
So, do y'all think that, okay, so you know how we saying like, okay, the food at the restaurant don't throw it out, donate it. Do you think that they just throw it out instead of donating it because they think that people will wait around for the freebies instead of patronizing that restaurant?
Or a brand?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or a brand, yeah.
Probably.
Because I like free stuff.
Or sell it cheaper, create a knockoff off of whatever their staple is that they're curating or something like that.
Or making money off of their brand when, they could actually be making that money themselves. Like, I know, like, a lot of the brands will, if it's out of season, then they'll turn to, like, the outlets and stuff like that for the outlets to sell. And then some of them, even maybe the bigger chains like the TJ Maxx's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of those items will go there. But a lot of that stuff, like, what happens when it's out of season from the outlet store? Or what happens when it's, done at TJ Maxx, or if it doesn't sell at TJ Maxx or Burlington's, where does it go from there?
Into the dumpster.
Back to the manufacturer, or does it go into the dumpster?
I mean, well, there are certain people on TikTok who are showing themselves dumpster diving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where they'll go behind the store and everything that the company would say is out of season. You can go behind, and there are quilts, there are blankets, house shoes, headbands, makeup, and in some cases it was juice.
Yeah, but a lot of that stuff they are also told to destroy. Like put a I was talking to our guest.
Because they don't even want nobody to get it for free.
Yeah.
That's
so
selfish.
They'll throw it away. And what she said was that they will, like if it's a blouse, they're told to like put a hole in it or cut it. So that it's ruined for somebody who would want. Now, if you go still into the dumpster, like I was watching one of the videos, I can't remember the guy's name.
Uh-huh,
I
I know
think
you're
you
talking
sent
about.
the link to him. And he was in there and he found, like, he was finding some goods. He found some makeup. He found, like, the, the holders for the, nothing was wrong with this stuff. Nothing. So he found a shoe. It was like a child's shoe. And he was like, I gotta find the other shoe. He found the other shoe. It had a hole in it.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
There's
'Cause
so many
they just don't
people.
want you to have it. They'd rather throw it away.
Would y'all
Man.
be surprised to find out that alcohol gets disposed of too wastefully?
Now, that's just wrong.
That is abuse.
So this is how I found this out. I was doing DoorDash one day, right? And the lady, you have to have a, up-to-date ID and everything to get the DoorDash. And her ID was expired. So I had to, I couldn't deliver the alcohol to her. And in Michigan, I found out it is illegal to take alcohol back to the store. And DoorDash told me, oh, just dispose of it. Okay.
Yep, I did.
disposed of it, all right.
Sure. To my
Yeah, we
belly.
have a saying, when I'm out with, you don't leave alcohol on the table. You don't do that.
No, it was a bottle.
No, I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, if you out at a restaurant,
Oh, yeah, you
better
definitely
drink
don't
all
need to
that,
drink
just
anywhere
like,
now.
Nah, come on now. we
Dude,
ain't leaving
y'all,
no
there are some
liquor.
people who are quite skilled in not even spilling a drop of liquor out of the red cup. So,
Well, there it is.
well, there it is. Waste not, want
What
not.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not gonna talk about how I was in college and I fell down the stairs on the way to the icebreaker and my heel broke and I was like this and I didn't spill not one drop. Skills.
Okay.
In heels. Ooh, give her a round of
All
applause.
right.
Round of applause.
Good job, Toy.
Thank you
Good
so much.
job.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
So, how do we fix this? What do we do about wasting?
I don't know
As an
that there's-
individual, what do you do? What do you do to solve wasting?
So I did a cleanse, of my closet. Because
Okay.
there was a lot of stuff in there that I was like, I'm not gonna wear this stuff. And I think it was about 5 huge bags of shoes, maybe 3 huge bags of clothes, and things like that. And I did donate it to someone who, I asked, I put a post out and I was like, I'm just purging, cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
And so people was inboxing me like, well, if you got some stuff that, you don't want, la, da, da, da. And so one person that, she's a really good friend of mine reached out to me. And so I did take all the shoes to her. Well, before my daughter went through the bags, and she got out what she wanted.
You
Because
got
she
some
was
cute
like, well,
shoes,
I'm
too.
going to get mine out. She did hers first. And then I took them over to her. And then the rest I did put into the canisters, that they have around the city.
Now with those, I just feel like people pee in them or something. They all look nasty.
wow.
Like the,
I
like
just don't even know when to take her
I'm
seriously.
so serious. Like
I
they
know you
all-
are.
I was a little
I know
skeptical
you
about
are.
leaving it there, but I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I mean, what else am I going to do? Like, I wasn't going to go to a Salvation Army or anything. Because, I probably could have researched to figure out the rules.
Yeah.
Or even a consignment shop or anything like that. But I was like, well, because a lot of people will go to those and they'll rummage through the stuff and take
That's
out what
true.
they need. So, I feel like if people are going to do that,
Because some
It
may not
is
even
there.
have the
Yeah.
money to go to like
Yeah.
a Salvation Army to
Yeah.
pay for it. So okay, I get that then.
yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of those canisters that I've seen where people they'll be overflowing
Yeah, that's what I always see.
and it's clothes all over the ground everywhere. I've even heard of some people sleeping inside of them with the clothes.
It's pretty warm, and that's how the pee occurs.
Yeah.
Okay, so me personally, what I do to get rid of waste and everything like that, like far as food goes, I will make plates and everything like that. And I know that there are some people who are out on the corners and everything like that. And I'll go and I'll give them food. I've had people get mad at me because I think they would rather have the money
Yeah.
than the food. But I mean, it's still due diligence for me to be able to give something away. I do it with clothes too.
Yeah.
And with my stature, I think I fit the bill of more of a middle school, high schooler
Yeah.
to give my clothes to.
I would with my kids because I wanted to teach them that aspect as well. So we would make we would take a Ziploc bag and just put some items in there, and we might stick $1 or
Oh, that's nice.
something in there as well. And then as we were out driving, we would just give them out too. And I remember this one time, my son, we was in the car, and I don't know if the light had changed or we just kept going. And my son was like, Mom, Mom. And he made me stop. And he got out and he took the bag back to the gentleman who was out there. Yeah.
That's sweet.
That's nice. So what do you do?
I mentioned earlier I don't waste food. Like I will eat those leftovers until they're gone. And if it's something that I can't really consume too much or eat, like one time, I used to be a part of a food blogging company called Eating Good, and we had like this big old taste fest, and we would cook sometimes, and it would be leftover food. Now this was before COVID. We took that food to the firehouse. They were so happy. Those firefighters were so happy to get that food. But now after COVID, people were a little cringy about taking food. So sometimes we try to find, like, if it's someone out on the streets or something like that, and they would want the food. Like when me and my family get together and stuff like that, I was like, well, take it, you're going to see somebody out there, just give it to them. Like, I'm really big, it's just don't waste, it's the food. Now, clothes and stuff may get wasted with me, and I probably should do better with donating, especially with my size, because I feel like it's harder to find nice clothes for bigger women.
I've heard that before.
And yeah, it's like, everybody don't want, some of that stuff be ugly. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be ugly. So that's something that I need to work on, but I feel like I kind of wear my clothes till the wheels fall off. So yeah.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I do. These are my clothes. I'm going to wear it until the wheels fall off.
And then when they fall off, do you donate them or do you toss them?
Well, when I say it's falling off, like I had a favorite nightgown, right? And my mom had to take it away because like I had like hair glue and I don't know how holes got in it because I didn't smoke but at that time. But it's like probably bleached, ate away at it. But yeah, it's like it was so comfortable and I would not let it go. I had other nightgowns and everything. So I think I might be a hoarder.
You might be a hoarder.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I keep clothes.
Well, hopefully with the information that we're giving, this can have other people adapt to giving away instead of just throwing items away.
Yeah.
I did find out that there are stores besides Panera who actually donate as well.
Okay.
Their products. So like Target actually donates $1 million a year in food.
They should.
That's
so
beautiful.
expensive.
Feeding America, yeah. So they donate like 1 million pounds. I'm sorry, 1 million pounds of food.
I also heard that Target takes on big brand names in their stores too when they are out of season and things of that nature.
That's cool.
So that's another one to add on top of that. Go Target.
Yeah.
Target.
And then there was a nonprofit called Good 360 where there's like Pottery Barn, Bed Bath & Beyond, Gap. You have some mattress companies, Tempur and Sealy, and then some toy companies, Mattel and Hasbro. They all donate to this company as well.
Okay.
Their products, so, and then they make things, they do things and give them out to people. So
well, that's good to hear.
There are some good companies out there that actually do some good. We just maybe don't know about it because it's not something that we see all the time,
Yeah, most people and companies tend to be selfish.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can break that moving forward.
Because nobody should have to dumpster dive for that stuff at the end of the day.
No.
Well, some people just like it,
There's
free
that.
is free.
There's that.
There are
They don't
scavenger
care.
hunt lovers out there. So, yeah, it might be like just like a thing for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
And on that note, we are going to take a quick break and then we are going to come back with our special guest of the day.
This is what happens when you have somebody mount your TV and they don't check the wall for things like wires and pipes. Call us and save yourself a headache.
And we are back. Now we're going to discuss to thrift or not to thrift with our special guest, Sheila Shops. She is a celebrity wardrobe stylist. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, girl.
Thank you for coming.
Hey, ladies.
Hey. So tell us, how long have you been a celebrity wardrobe stylist?
So I've been wardrobe styling for 8 years. I became a celebrity wardrobe stylist about 4 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, a little birdie told me that you are active in the community as well.
Yes, I am. I do quite a few things, but being active in the community is one thing that I love to do.
So tell us about being in the community.
So one thing that I do, I was working with an organization where they gave clothing to women. Women who have been battered, women have been in prison, or women who were less fortunate and was not able to purchase clothing on a regular basis. That program shut down, and I wanted to continue that because the women love it. So I organize people's closets. I do that on a weekly basis, men and women, and I began to gather the clothing. I ask my clients about their clothing, and they have really nice clothing. I have clients that have high-end things, so they donated it all, and then I set up a boutique where I give it to the ladies and the men.
And what's the name of this boutique?
So the boutique is the Closet Boutique, which is held on the west side of Detroit. I do first and third Saturday of the month. And then there's also things in there that I sell. So 80% is to give away. 20% we do to just to bring money back in. I get lunch for the people who donate their time and volunteer. So we had those things are sold 20, maybe 20 is the highest, but we just want to replenish and give back. And those who volunteer make sure that they get lunch. So yeah, but 80, like I said, the things that I get are brand new. They have tags on them, never been worn. 90% of it, what's in there, is all brand new.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
So it's more so like a thrift store consignment shop, or is it a little bit different than one of those two things?
So it's a little bit different. So the difference is like Salvation Army, you can take anything there. With me, I'm very particular because I want to give people nice things, and I want to give people things that I would want myself. And I don't treat anybody different. I'm not concerned about your situation. I want to make sure that you have nice things. I want them to come in there and shop like they're going to a store. They're just not paying for it. And that's the way we have it set up.
Okay.
So far, who's been your favorite celebrity that you got the style, or is it a celebrity like, oh, I can't wait to dress them?
Willie Taylor, the band Day 26, I believe. Yes, I styled him for a movie, and he was really great to work with. Very down to earth, cool. He let me have my way with the wardrobe styling, which I love. So yeah, that was one, and I'm styling him for another movie. So it's just the connection and building a relationship.
Awesome.
So do you feel like thrifting contributes to waste, or is it taking away from people being wasteful?
It depends on the person. So some people use thrift because it's it's a discount and they just collect. I know people that only thrift shop, and you have to be mindful. Do you need it or do you not? It doesn't even matter if it's free. Do you need it? And I always tell my clients that, because people think, oh, it's this price, so I need it. And honestly, if we really look at it, out of 100%, 10% of our closet we wear on a regular basis. That's the rest
true.
of it you may wear here and there, but only 10% you recycle on a regular basis. So you have to ask yourself, do I need it? Can I incorporate this in my wardrobe? Is this a missing piece? And a lot of people don't ask themselves that question, and they just pow. That's how I got a donation full of rooms, because I go through closets, and if you be honest with yourself, if you haven't worn it in a year or two, you're probably not going to wear it.
The only question I ask is, this gonna make my stomach look flat and my booty look big?
Yes. So I always, tell people, even if thrift shopping, make sure it's something that you're going to use, because even though it's at a discounted price, if you're not using it, it's a waste of space. It really is.
Are you a thrifter?
I am.
Okay.
Actually, this dress that I have on is thrifted.
Really?
Yes. And it's not what you wear, it's how you wear
Absolutely.
it. So you can I shop from Walmart to Somerset. It just depends. But I put it together and you make it look nice.
I go from Walmart to Rainbow because I ain't really made it to Somerset.
I go to Rainbow too. Yes, it's one of my favorite stores.
Well, I'm a thrifter too. Like this sweater, it's a thrifty sweater as well.
Oh, and it's beautiful. I like it. I like the color. I like the contrast. Very nice. And I love hearts. So
Okay, well, and that's my thing too. For me, thrifting. Well, I guess not for me, but I guess I can ask you: do you feel like thrifting is a mindset?
it is, because some people, when I mention to some clients thrifting, they're like, no, I'd rather go to, Louis Vuitton or Gucci or, even Ann Taylor just to get a shirt. I'm like, you can find a shirt at a thrift store, but it is a mind thing. And But once I take people shopping with me there and we go to certain stores, they're like, I never knew. So it's just introducing people to what they don't know.
Yeah, because I was going to say that it's a mindset for me.
Yeah, because I wasn't one of those people. Like, I was like, I'm not going in there until, of course, we had to do this show. And I had to actually go into the thrift store. And I was like, what day?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the stuff in there was really, very reasonably priced. And there was some really nice things in there. Some of it was brand new, and still had like a store tag on it with the thrift store tag too. So I do have a different perspective now that I've gone in there to actually to thrifting. So
yeah, it's definitely a mindset, because like I said, some people are like, oh, I would never go in there. But then when they go, or I was like, just go with me. Let me just show you. Yeah. And then they, like, I got one of my clients a brand new pair of UGG boots in there. And she was like, in a thrift, she never would have thought that. But, it's hit and miss. You go in there, you have to look. You have to take your time. And find things.
Do you find it, because see, my thing with thrifting, I first got introduced to it when I did stage plays. And my costumes, I would go to the thrift store and get things I needed for that. But as far as like personal shopping, as far as thrifting, do you find, or do you know of any stores where they cater more so to plus size women? Because that's been my biggest thing.
And that's a great question. And a lot of them, it just depends on the selection they get in. So with the boutique that I have, I make sure that when people have, I say my voluptuous women, when they have their clothes, I like to make sure I get those, because a lot of young ladies or women, their size is plus size. So you want to make sure I cater those. So that's one of the biggest things that I wanted to make sure that I cater to. But when you go to some of the thrift stores, they are hit and miss. I know the one in Southfield, they actually have a great selection of plus size. Okay. The Salvation Army. And there's one in Farmington that's really nice. So I tell people, just don't thrift. Go to like some of the nice ones. Oak Park has a really nice one. It's something World. I can't.
Value World?
Value World, thank you. Yeah, it's Value World. And they have really nice things in there. I found the Kate Spade purse in there. And it's beautiful. And it was only $3.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Y'all
Wow.
So if you're into name brand, like there, a lot of people, because they're giving things away, a lot of people move. A lot of people, pass on. So their family go through their clothing, or they're going through the clothing themselves. And they're like, I'm not wearing this. And they're giving it away. It's brand new stuff in there. A lot of brand new stuff in there.
So do me a favor. I want you to tell them again about your boutique, where they can find you, and who you are.
Okay, well, you can find, we're actually in a starting process of the boutique, because I wanted to gather all the things, but we're at 933 West 7 Mile, which is right off Woodward, every first and third Saturday, and it's open to anyone. So if you know any woman, and a lot of young ladies particularly, they want clothing, please bring them there, because we have shoes, brand new shoes, brand new clothes, handbags, purse, and men as well. I wanted to make sure that we incorporated the men. So that's where they can find it. And that's what I do. I wardrobe style. I organize closets. That is my first love.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, for us, we played a game for thrifting, and I want you to stick around, and I want you to pick and choose between these pictures, and we're all going to look at each other's pictures and see if we can tell what was thrifted and what was brand spanking new. I'm going to say the first one is thrifted.
Okay, what do you say?
I say this one is thrifted.
What do you say? Can you see it? Did you see the first one?
That one's thrifted.
You saw this one?
Yep, the white dress thrifted.
Actually, this dress is thrifted.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Okay.
One for me.
This dress is thrifted. This dress cost me $7 at the store. This dress was like $60.
So you know why I went with the first one was not? Because the matching. So I was like, people tend to match. So when I see, like, it's not matching, I'm like, I got that from the thrift store.
Yeah, no. And I already had the boots. Like, I had the boots already. All right, so next we have...
Okay, lovely.
With you can never tell. Because, you just can rock anything.
3 and 1 thrifted.
I'm going to say 2 and 3 are thrifted.
I'm gonna say 2, and I'm so torn.
I know.
2. I'm gonna say 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay.
Okay, so the first one and the third one are thrifted.
I won.
Wow.
That
Okay.
the first
Oh,
dress.
that's a dress.
Yeah, the first one, I think I might have paid $10 for that dress.
Okay.
And then the suit itself, now that one was a little bit costly because that's an express suit, but I only paid $24 for that two-piece
good.
suit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Mhm.
All 3 outfits are cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
And I purposely got the same style dress.
Yeah, that's what I was doing
You
too
suck.
to try to
You suck. Okay.
give you
Just
some.
out on a limb. I'm going to say the blue.
I'm gonna say the black.
Ooh. I'm gonna say the blue.
The blue. Which one?
The blue came from Fashion Nova, straight from them. The black is thrifted.
Wow.
And it was only like that actually was brand new too though. The tags were still on it. It was like $14.50.
Okay.
And I was happy to find it. And I was scared because I couldn't try it on. So,
Yeah, that was me. Like when
Yeah.
I went, and it's kind of crazy because you go in and you like, I think I can fit it, so I'm stretching it to see, and making sure. And I'm like, okay, well maybe, because I was walking around, I had a whole lot of stuff in my arm, and I was like, I don't know what to do, but I had to.
The pickings
Figure it
were
out.
really slim for me because I went at the last minute. And I found that in less than an hour, because they definitely was like, hey, we bought the clothes. This jacket, I love denim jackets. And everywhere I go, I get a denim jacket. I got this for $4.50. And I was really happy about it because I love denim jackets. I also got another black dress from there, and that was $6.50. And a pair of shoes for $6.80. So, like, I did extra shopping.
Whole outfits.
I spent a total of $29 in there because they had it came with the $39, but they had like, I got a 10% off something and then a $5 coupon. So shout out to where did I go? Value World.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the stores that I like the most is Encore.
That's where I went.
That's
I wanted
mine
to
right
go
there.
there. They
Yeah.
closed. Yeah.
I went there to the one in Southfield, on Southfield Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
the one I went to. Because I remembered it. Like, I had to go to Party City anyway. So I was like, oh, it's one right there. Let me just shoot in there. And I went in there. And then I was just like, and then it was crazy because they had like racks where it was like new stuff that they had just got in. So it was a little bit more expensive. It wasn't too bad. Like, the items were not more than $20. Like, a lot of it was like 16 and under. But then I went to the back because I couldn't really find like something. When I went to the back, it said like upscale. And when I went to the back, all of that stuff was like $7, $4. I was like, okay. So,
Well,
Not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad. Another place I like Plato's Closet, but again, plus size there is a little more difficult. But I do know that Plato's Closet, I'll find things like the Forever 21 clothes and back when Charlotte Russe was open, or like Windsor, because I feel like that particular store is more picky on the clothes that they accept. So would that be considered like a consignment store?
It is, and they
Okay.
are very picky. They want to make sure it's trendy. They want to make sure it's fashion and it's in. So one of that store definitely makes sure if they can't use it, they won't take it.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that it's something that they can somebody would like or want to get. And when I do movie sets, I go to Plato's Closet and I go to the thrift stores because sometimes they do back in the day or they want to do something current. So I make sure that those are the two stores I go to before I even go to a department store or Somerset or Partridge Creek, wherever I go to shop. Those are where I go first. Yeah.
okay.
And also the thrift stores have discount days.
Yes.
So I make sure that,
That's right.
yes, you check those discount days because you can get, sometimes it's 50% off. Sometimes it's 25, so it just depends. And it's not just for seniors either. Because they have a seniors day. Yeah.
Because what is it? Wednesdays at Encore for 55 and under, you get 25% off. And if you spend more than $50, they give you a $10 coupon for the next time you decide to come and spend.
oh,
Yes.
wow. Yeah, I think when I went, they had their household items were 50% off. So, because there was a lady in there with me, and she was like, I had to come on a day when they weren't, and they had a lot of stuff, but they weren't doing 50% off. I said, well, I just heard the lady at the register tell somebody something was 50% off. And she was like, I think it's just household items. And then when I got to the register, I saw the sign that said the household items were 50% off. But they had furs in there. I was like, oh.
And they're looking couture section.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Well, on that note, I want to thank you.
Thank you,
We
ladies.
would like to thank you for coming and being a part today.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, you guys, I hope this was very informational for you. And hopefully you will waste not and want not.
Period.
So we will see you next time. And thank you for joining us on the Every Woman Show.
Peace. Girl, I'm coming to your shop.
Please do. Like I said, I
Yeah.
have everything in there. And we getting more and more things in, so I love it. And we set it up like a boutique. It look like you're really walking into a boutique.
I love it.
So if y'all don't know, she is a serial entrepreneur because she got like 17,000 businesses. She does
Jamaica,
juicing.
mine.
Jamaica.
Yeah, she does juicing. She just started